Ashley. I
Live streaming is on.
I love what you guys are up to. It might intersect with the project I was working on, which I'd be happy to talk about sometime. And I've been watching your chats go back and forth in the last week or so on Discord, and it just seems like a really nice community of people. So I'm super interested and happy to be on a call with what seem to be kind and intelligent people.
Well, thanks for joining us. Cool.
Yes, thank you for the invite and the welcomes.
Does anybody else hear Griff with the funny robot? Or is that just me?
It's a super cool reverb, yeah.
Did you say I'm having some weird noise issues? Oh, interesting. Okay, I'll join.
It's endearing.
I know,
mean, I
it's
wouldn't
like,
do anything about it.
No, it was like the God voice. I wish he hadn't left because it was just like booming echo.
Just because an effect turned on.
He got disconnected. The
I
God
think
is
he's doing it on purpose, out and back in. I also see in the comments that Forrest is having a bit of microphone issues as well. I see it's a little bit fixed, so we can probably go ahead and start with our check-ins.
Danny, your voice is not very clear.
Yeah,
What?
it was better before, but what she said was a good point that we could get started doing check-ins. So normally in the community calls, we start out with like updates and praise, right? Yeah, updates and praise. So does anyone want to go first? I'll put the praise in the Discord, but if somebody could take notes in the Notion about the update, it would be awesome.
I can take notes.
Thanks, Willie.
You bet.
Cool. Who would like to go first?
I can start. I just want to praise the Giveth 2 team, especially Mateo, Kai, and James for their endless support, endless improvements. It's really encouraging to see in the app. I mean, it's so nice. So many people are using it. It's super cool. Also want to praise, of course, Mohammed and Amin and Ramin and Mahdi, and I think there's another Mahdi and probably another. There's the whole Giveth 1 team is really killing it. Major updates. I had to go change some things for the common stack was doing because the proposal flow has totally changed. We have the gas implemented. Like, it's just wild how faster we're moving with this really cool team. Definitely a lot of praise goes to Monique for that as well, helping organize us into a feisty force. But I'll just keep it short and I'll pass it to Amin.
Yeah. Thank you, Griff. I want to praise Mohammed for fast update, implementing the features and debugging, and the backends. We have technical devs in the Trace backend. Thank you, Mohammed, for chasing those. I praise Monique for his endless effort for organizing our issues and defining the story point, organize us, and praise all of you. You're great. I make it and pass it to Moni.
Thank you, everyone. About the updates of the Trace 1, we have planning and kind of a demo for Success Sprint tomorrow. I appreciate everyone can join and help us to get it more clear for everyone. And we're gonna kind of end the gas issues, but some of the issues are left still, the sprint. But we're gonna end the major issues. at the end of a sprint, and we saw lots of bugs this sprint, more than I think 40 or near 50 story points are related to bug issues this sprint. And I praise all my team members, Amin, Muhammad, and Ramin, for their transparency, for their help, for their commitment. And I also love to praise Muhammad. I don't know if he has ID on Discord or not, but he started to help us more in the front issue we have. And I also love to praise Willie for taking notes. And I will pass it to Muhammad.
Hi everyone. I would praise Amin for supporting and coaching and onboarding all the team members. I would praise Monique for doing Scrum Master, Product Owner, and Tester jobs at the same time, and he helps a lot the team. And I pass it to Ashley.
Hi everybody, happy Sunday. I don't really updates to bring to this call, but I do want to give praise. I want to praise Willie for doing the Transact application and getting that process and like getting the ball rolling there. We can move forward on Fiat integration. I want to praise Lauren for all her awesome like dev update blogs that she's been pumping out and telling everybody about our new features and the things that we're adding. I want to praise the Giveth 1 team and Monique for really getting everything like organized and flowing well. And I think Lauren and James do a great job with that, of the Giveth 2 team, keeping the board all organized and everything good to go. And I want to praise Mitch for starting this Giveth for Change campaign, the social media campaign. I think it's going to bring a lot of eyes and new projects to Giveth, and it's also going to help some support some of these smaller projects that might not get eyes on them as often. And I will pass it to Mateo.
Hey everyone, happy Sunday. As updates, I don't want to get into more details because I'll give them in the Giveth 2 part of the call. But as a praise, I want to give praise to everyone that helped me around this week because I wasn't very active. I was feeling kind of sick. So that's especially to Lauren, to Mitch, to James and Merlin and Kai, because yeah, they supported me a lot with some stuff that I had to do. And yeah, I love you all, and I'll pass it to James.
Thank you. Hey everybody. Yeah, I also was not as much as I have been this week. I was on a little bit of a journey, and I'm really grateful to Mateo for picking up part of the task I was working on. And I feel like with that kind of thing, he's always like super reliable. Like even if I can do something, he's often better at certain tasks, and it's really a pleasure to be able to hand over to him and vice versa like this. And nothing is a problem for him. He's always full of energy at any time, even if he's sick or otherwise. So yeah, shout out to Theo. I love you, brother. Thank you so much. And I just want to give a quick tip of the hat to Marco, because I haven't done that. And like, even though he's not here and he never is on Sundays, like it's just such a pleasure to work with him and see his work, like and his energy and his experience that he brings with him, basically. So, yeah, I would leave it there, and I would pass it to Kai. Hello, Kai.
Hey. Happy Sunday. Glad to have you back, James. Was quite a trip, huh? Yeah, I want to join you in praising Mateo for being Magic Unicorn. I love Mateo so much, I can hardly put it in words. Apart from that, I really think he's great. You're such a great add to this team, and without you, I don't know what we would do and give it to. Same goes for James. The two of you can pull such weight. It's cool. It's really great, and then I'm blessed to work with you and hope to learn even more. I'm getting back into development. Sadly, I chose the wrong week because James was a miss, and so we couldn't we couldn't really get our next sprint, together because there was kind of the sprint meeting. But like the next period will be better. In general, I like the progress we have here. And I also, in that vein, I want to praise Willie and Marco and Dani, and I guess Ashley, Lauren, Forrest, Mitch for being very active on issues. Willie is the greatest of y'all because he does all these like tedious write a mail to somebody to get something for free, which is awesome. Nobody wants to do that, man. I swear to God, we all hate that. And I wish I could see like more how Giveth Trace is working now, but I feel you have a great team. I really like faces and have you here at this meeting. We should talk getting you guys into like the source cred very soon. But maybe Amin can come back to me for that if that's still planned. Yeah. Who did I forget? I want to praise Griff for all his relentless work, supporting us as always, and quite shameful in don't know what you did last week, but it was for sure crazy. Yeah, I don't want to go too long. Thank you all. In short, hi Mark. I don't think I know you, but hi. And speak up, Mark. You're next.
What, me, Mark? Well, I don't know you all yet. So I will. Can I like do like hold phrase of the future? I expect that all sorts of good things are going to happen. Does that work?
That's perfect.
Thank you very much for the invitations and the welcomes that I have from each of you.
Glad to have you here, Mark.
Okay, you all have a voucher for future praise.
You can pass it to somebody if you're finished. Maybe Michi.
Yeah, sure, I can go. Sorry, I rolled up a little bit late, but I have some praise today. I'd like to praise Ashley, Magenta, Lauren, and Forrest for really great work getting the Changemaker campaign off the ground. Praise to Willie for helping me out for a couple hours, figuring out autopilot and segment and how all these things work together. Praise Lauren for putting out more of the What's Happening updates, and praise forever ways to the Giveth.io devs, Merlin, Matteo, James, Kai. Like, you guys are just pushing out this stuff. It's really great to see. And then I will pass it to Griff. Has he gone?
I think
Griff has already gone.
Yeah.
Okay, Danny.
Hi guys, can you hear me all right?
Yes.
I'm not hearing a yes.
We can hear
Let
you.
me see. Okay, cool. Hello, I'm really happy to be joining a call from back at my house in Costa Rica. I've mostly been traveling and landing.
Now I don't hear you much. You seem really quiet.
Things. There we go. So I want to praise the whole communications team. Amazing and epic work on Get the Changemaker campaign and organizing the Twitter and all of the other communication channels. It feels so good. Thank you, praise Forrest for organizing and keeping that going. Mitch for really championing that particular campaign, for filling out her this job description, what it is that she would like to be doing, and getting her being the first person to create a proposal up on the Give DAO, the Reputation DAO. So I want to praise Monique. It's been amazing to see the roadmap for Giveth 1 and then all of the devs, the way they're delivering and just crushing on stuff that was just dreams for us all a while ago. It's amazing to see it happening. Matteo, I want to praise Matteo. He is seeing all of the key functionality and making that happen on Giveth.io so fast. I'm amazed and delighted. And Merlin for joining the team and pitching in on that as well.
I want to praise Willie and Hannah Jojo like 3 times for really tackling this week how to get our payments and governance and all of the tracking of our contributions so we can reward contributors with our give economy. Okay, I think I'm going to stop there and pass it to Willie.
Thanks, Danny. Lots of tough acts to follow this morning. All of y'all's praise is just so beautiful and so on point. So I want to give a big +1 to all of that. And then give some praise for a few things that I got to witness this past week. I want to praise Mitch for not only the work that he did with Segment and Autopilot to make sure that we're sending out emails properly and tracking things like when a donation's received, but also just overall being always willing to dive into new challenges head first and fearlessly. It's awesome and super appreciative for that work, Mitch. I also want to praise Danny and Hannah for working to get everybody paid and improving the way that we're paying everybody, making sure we're doing it equitably and transparently and as automatically as we can. Praise Kai for a lot of the tools that we're using for this, for setting up things like SourceCred and the praise bot, the tracking, and all the stuff that Kai does behind the scenes to make things run smoothly and automatically. And praise the communications team. Forrest, Ashley, Magenta, Lauren, everyone who helped get that Changemakers campaign out. It's so important to be, not only are we doing all this great work to build this, but to be broadcasting that to the world so people can find us. It's the two, the conjoined triangles of success. Both sides, the development and the communications are so key. And it's awesome to see everybody working together so smoothly. And also praise Griff and Bowen for their work on the Give token economy. And especially if I know has been traveling this past week, but he's still making time. We did one of the calls where he was walking on the streets of San Francisco up a huge hill, and we know how big those hills are. And to be on a call during that is just his continued dedication and commitment to making this dream come true. So praise you all. Thank you for all the amazing stuff. It's amazing. I love coming in on Sunday and just hearing all these different tidbits of praise and all the progress that we've made every week. And I'm looking through, trying to find somebody who hasn't gone yet. Mohammed, have you gone? I'll pass to Mohammed.
Lauren.
Lauren, I think Lauren did.
Mohammed, I didn't go. Awesome, cool, glad to be here. Quick updates from last week. I made the new What's Happened post, so it's gonna go out tomorrow for the comms team, and I tried to do a bunch of like reorganization of the board for Giveth.io, so I'd really like to kind of keep doing that because it just got overloaded with issues. But anyway, that's what I'm working on. And I would like to praise Ashley for really stepping into her role doing community outreach, bringing people in to calls, and for working on this like coalition that everyone's getting excited about that I'm not too much about, but she told me a little bit about it. It's exciting. And I'd like to praise the comms team, Mitch, Forrest, Magenta, Ashley, and August, and myself for the Changemaker campaign, for making awesome memes, for pushing it out, for like getting together, and our comms calls are getting so fun when we all just like brainstorm and support each other, and there's like lots of laughs, and I love it. I want to praise Marco for always coming up with good website redesign issues and always following up on GitHub issues, also like doing a lot to try to create more flow and structure with the sprints for Giveth.io. I want to praise Mateo for always answering my millions of questions in DMs and always being super supportive and being also just an amazing person, amazing teammate, amazing friend. And I want to praise Mark for jumping in on this call with such bright and amazing sunny energy. And yeah, I guess I could go on forever, but everybody said all the other things I wanted to say. You are all amazing and contributing in such valuable ways. And I think I'll pass it to Forrest as the last one, I'm pretty sure.
Thank you. I feel so energized hearing all this awesome praise. Just gonna jump up to the top where I took some notes. I want to praise Danny for traveling back home to Costa Rica. Can't wait for our person hangs and meeting tomorrow morning, and really grateful to you for bringing me a new laptop in your suitcase. Thank you. I want to praise Ashley just for being like super real and raw, special person. I've enjoyed getting to have some project verification hacks and things with you. And so, yeah, I love all of those efficient collaborations for give back stuff. I want to praise Mitch for owning and leading the launch of the Changemakers campaign and really going above and beyond on Reddit and coming up with new ways to like interact with different channels and individuals on there. And also, for going above and beyond with the segment and the autopilot stuff. That is super great. I think that is all for praise. I believe everyone's gotten to go. If you have other things that come to mind, you can always feel free to ping it in the chat. And I'll be sure to add it to the agenda and we'll track it in the praise bot. I didn't any additional agenda points that need to be added, but if you have some, you can also ping that in the chat. To go ahead and get started, we'll start with the comms circle. To clean this up a bit, so really just the two relevant links at the top are our communications folder in the Giveth Google Drive. That's where you can find all the detailed notes from all of our meetings with dates and all of our different resources. And this is also where we would keep our in progress content, and then we move it into like published folder once we go live. And then here's a quick link to our content calendar, so you can see the things coming through the pipeline that we'll be broadcasting out to the world. Latest and greatest updates, as Lauren has shared, we began sharing our What's Happening dev updates at the end of each sprint in the form of short medium articles, and then distributing that also on Twitter. We got the autopilot segment stuff, like the destinations properly set up. Big thanks to Mitch and Willie. Also, big thanks to Mitch. We have been utilizing the autopilot tool more. He found that only one of the 3 emails we had were actually firing off, so he was able to get that fixed. And he really learned autopilot to a point where he can help to onboard others to using the tool. Our comms team also brainstormed with Marco like how to utilize a rotating banner space at the top of Giveth.io homepage. So we did a little brainstorm around like what kind of key messaging we would want to have up there, and we're working with Marco to develop some mock-ups for that. So stay tuned. On the fiat integration research, the devs are discussing Ashley's research and it's moving forward. Thanks, Willie, for applying for that Transact account. Hopefully I spelled that correctly. We've been doing lots of great meme generation sessions on specific topics so that we have like a well-rounded amount of memes and on different topics, so that's cool. And then, yay, drum roll, we launched the Calling All Changemakers campaign this past week on Wednesday. Big things that our circle is working on moving forward is continuing to push momentum for that Changemakers campaign. It's something we're going to have live over the next month. Also doing outreach to press and media sites, working on that type form for obtaining feedback from Giveth.io users rather than them having to do a GitHub issue as their feedback suggestion. And then, yeah, gathering feedback from devs and from users so that we can help use that data to prioritize what new features we should prioritize. As far as autopilot, working to design some more emails and plug those into the process flows. Working on creating scripts so that we can record a screen capture and audio overlay to create some how-to videos to put up on our website. And then working on a give back. Lauren wrote a give backs, like a sweet one-pager. But something that we do need is Marco to share his feedback regarding our website flow brainstorm, and also more info on the Give Token economy and the Give Backs program so that our communications team can do some more proper and like thorough documentation. That will also be found on our website. Is there anything else anyone from the communications team would like to share that I may have missed? Okay, I'm not seeing any hands or mics going unmuted, so sounds good.
Sorry, excuse me. Can I
So
ask
then
a
for our
question?
community, of course.
Is your communication team gonna keep some, interaction with the Trace in the near future or not? We just see you have stories and issues in the Giveth.io board, but we haven't any in our Trace board. Don't we have to, have some interaction with each other?
I think the problem with Trace is that it's still beta and it's still not really. I don't think it's safe to try. Like, I mean, I couldn't make payments for a week this last week, just for various reasons, and maybe most of them are self. But until Trace comes out of beta and becomes reliable, it's not something that we should be advertising to the world.
But at this time, I really need the user feedbacks and the user ideas. I really need these people, these kind of marketing and people who interact with the customers, interact with the users, and know their needs. I want to translate them to the backlog, and that's it.
Yeah, I would just on this topic, I would say once we have people using Giveth.io, then those maybe could be the audience for, some of those groups coming in to play with Trace, to be like, hey, do you want to show traceable donations? Do you want to show like radical transparency that's beyond the scope of any other nonprofit that has ever been made? Do you want to take that next step? Hey, come on in and play with our beta software that may not work all the time. And if you need to make payments, it may, but we give those warnings, beforehand.
Okay, thank you.
Do you guys feel complete on that, or are there any other questions or updates? Okay, got a thumbs up. Okay, so for the community circle, Ashley has been working on some exciting stuff with the Panfollow Coalition, and she'll have an update to share with us soon, so maybe on next week's community call, unless, Ashley, there's anything you want to share today.
Well, it's exciting because Fight Pandemics wants to join our coalition, as well as Dandelion Collective, and I have like a meet and greet meeting with the Dandelion Collective tomorrow to talk about like the fit, and I've been working on just like really creating a script and a visual idea of what the coalition is and what we stand for, and I'm really hacking away at that right now, and so I should have something to present. Like, we'll have a little bit more clarity about what it is that we're doing with this coalition. So yeah, that's it.
Amazing. And I heard you say those super adorable name, Dandelion Collective. What's the name of the other organization? Maybe she's typing it.
It's the Dandelion Collective. I can put like a link to their thing.
Yeah, and the other one is the one I didn't hear. I just want to track it in the notes.
Oh, Fight Pandemics.
Fight Pandemic, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Sounds good to me. And then I would love to give Mark, who has joined our call today, a pitch and introduce globalchange.io. I believe he's interested to see how we might be able to collaborate.
Totally. Thanks. I'll try to keep it really short. I'm an experimental psychologist. My day job is medical device user interface research. The thing I'm about to talk about comes from being a psychologist, and it has nothing to do with my day job, except there's a user interface. I've been sort of brainstorming a new cryptocurrency that's based on donations to nonprofits. So the overlap should be apparent very soon. Let me just screen share. Oh, I saw the control for that a moment ago. Come on back. There it is. Share your screen. Screen one sounds good. Visible now? Can you guys see the screen?
Yeah, I see your screen.
Okay, great. There's two to the concept. First, imagine that people can give nonprofits loans, zero interest loans, and in exchange for that loan, you get a cryptocurrency, and it sort of one for one with your donation. More detail in there, but that doesn't matter. It's sort of like a Kickstarter, where you make a loan to a group and they repay it, but you tokenize the repayment of the loan, so that now whoever owns that chit, whoever owns that token, gets that loan's repayment. That means that people can give money as loans for nonprofits to use, immediately get in response from that a cryptocurrency token that has a redeemable value because the owner of it can get back a loan to repayment. And you can trade that around as if it's money, and it has this sort of redemption value. So that's sort of concept one. As part of that concept, not just for fun, but for reasons, instead of just having a balance of how much money you've given to nonprofits as loans, let these be cute tokens with denominations and face values. So if I give away $10 to a charity, I can get a $10 Decker token, or 2 5 tokens, or 5 2 tokens. That doesn't matter. So the currency sort of acts like coins and bills, which a lot of people are familiar with. And then you could trade them around, just like any other cryptocurrency, except they also are cute. And in addition to being cute, there's an opportunity that a charity can offer. Well, if you choose our charity as the one who's going to get your this loan, you might as well make it a cute token that's specialized to that charity. So here we have some examples of I can't call them NFTs because they're fungible, because you can bundle them up and trade them around just like currency, but they're a lot like NFTs because they're sort of unique artwork. And if you donate your money to saving at-risk animals, maybe you get this one. So you can spend it at its face value, or you can collect it if it has a collector value for you. That all is sort of step one, and I know there's a bunch in there and more details. But what I'm trying to get to for this call is step two, which is imagine you don't want to just let the charity borrow the money, but they can keep it. So a true donation. And so when you give a true donation to a charity, your token wouldn't be redeemable because the charity keeps the money. There's no getting it back in the system. But still, the same kind of scheme can work. Charities keep the money, and you get these nifty tokens, which can be sort of cute and unique for the charity that you've given to. And what I would love to do is, everyone who gives money through Giveth, I would be very happy to let them have artistic tokens in honor of what they've given. There's sort of no downside, and it would, from my perspective, sort of start building up a group of people who are invested in owning these tokens. And maybe it's attractive or appealing. Maybe at some point people it's an inducement to give to a particular charity. One of your groups is called Free the Food. I was talking to them. Do I have that sample here? Yeah. So an artist made a Free the Food token. So if your money goes there, then this is what the donor would get. Not every charity needs to have specialized tokens, but it's sort of an available option. So there's generic ones or specialized ones, depending. That's the overall concept. There's 1,000 little details that I'd be happy to talk with anyone who's interested. And there is no software development behind this. I can give people the tokens right now, but there's no like trading wallet software. That is all, that's still the dream at the moment. And the big vision is this becomes the dominant cryptocurrency and trillions of dollars go to nonprofits so that people can use these tokens as they're trading around and using money. That's the down the line picture. That's the thing.
Amazing, Mark. Thank you so much. I took some notes in our Notion agenda for the community call. And yeah, do you have some contact information maybe you want to ping in the chat in case
sure
whoever's interested in diving into this a little more deeply with you can get in touch?
The easiest way to say that is globalchange.io, and you should be able to find my email from that.
Nice. And I saw your chat in our Discord too in the ideas channel. Yeah, is that where I feel like that's where I saw some things. I love the little Free the Food guy. Oh my gosh.
Thanks.
Yeah, so cute, like a little Girl Scout.
Artistic ways for it to go. I would just love to see all the ways it can happen.
Great.
But I don't have the technical background. Anyone, yeah, please jump on the thing and talk to me. But since I said about Giveth, what an awesome thing. It's just so nice. So I'm happy to learn about how your things are going, totally separate from whether or not I can give the people the tokens.
Awesome. Thanks, Mark. Okay, so shifting over to governance. Danny, is there anything, I know you've been traveling, is there anything that you want to share about with governance? Are there any new proposals?
I'm looking at the agenda and we have a governance meeting tomorrow morning. You can see what we're working on right now, which is getting the contributor tracking allocated and quantified. That's what's being worked on. We can talk about it in the meeting tomorrow. I'd actually rather cede my time on today's call so we can get down to talking about the Give token and hear some cool stuff from the devs.
Sounds good. Thank you. Yeah, join our governance call tomorrow. We'll post the link in the scheduling chat. Give token. Okay. I just wanted to check in since we've got Grip on the call and he's like the main go-between with Node. Do you have any updates on the projections of DAppNode's launch timing? I think from what I'm tracking, based on what we previously said, it would be around 4 weeks from now. Do we still feel on track for that?
On the DAppNode side, things are going well. We have Jordy lined up for the end of the month to do an audit with Jesus and most likely Adria as well. So it should be a big audit. And right now we're just reviewing the smart contracts internally first and getting all the function names right and making sure nothing has to change, writing more comments, just doing a little QA before the auditors. And then there's the big delay is like just making sure the bridge, having a solid understanding of what token we want to use on net, whether it's ERC677 or ERC20 or mini or whatever. I'm pretty sure it'll be it's determined by the bridge. So they're working with the POA network just to like see if they can update the bridge. As far as everything else goes, everything's flowing. There's the front end is still in process from someone who used to work with Aragon and Delphina. So she's working on that. And I think we're on pace to launch probably in mid next month, so about a month away. But hard to say, of course. It depends on the auditors and the results there. And then Fabio said that he has, on the give back side, he's working to simulate a round. Just like, let's look at the last history of givebacks. Now that Giveth.io has included a lot of the data he needs, he's just going to simulate a round, and we'll have a printout. We're going to work on that today. So a hypothetical give back results.
Awesome.
Yeah, and then I don't know if Willie wants to talk about the progress that we made on the token airdrop.
Yeah, I can give a quick update there. Past sprint cycle, past week, we hacked on the airdrop list, and we finished 2 of the big buckets, which was the airdrop list for past contributors to Giveth. So everyone that's worked on Giveth in the past, which is a pretty big list, as well as the users of Giveth. So also thank you to Amin and the Giveth Trace team for getting us those lists so that we could do some math magic to allocate tokens. That's looking good. The final list is that we need for the airdrop is current contributors. So all of us, all of you guys. And Danny, we're working together on that, right? I wanted to check in with you on that, and just to make sure that I am correct, we're going to be using this awesome spreadsheet, right? The RGiv spreadsheet that you're using. We're also going to use all that data for current contributor airdrop, correct?
Yes, I am available whenever you are this week.
Awesome.
And and with Hannah. So Hannah's putting together something for us, and I would imagine we'll be able to take a peek. She couldn't join us here in this call, so we'll know more in the morning.
Okay, perfect. So yeah, Danny's got this awesome spreadsheet that she's been using for governance to, as well as what we'll be using going forward for the rewards, monthly contributor rewards. So it's this one spreadsheet that has all the current contributors with our source cred, with our praise, and that's exactly what we need for figuring out this last piece of the airdrop, how much to airdrop to current Giveth contributors. So that's the final big piece, the final big bucket, and we'll work on that this week. Then the final stage, Hannah's also helping out with this, taking all these different lists and putting them together into one master airdrop list where every address has one row with all the different tokens they're earning from the various airdrop buckets. Because it's quite possible that you're both the current contributor and the past contributor, and you donated to Giveth and you used Giveth. So several people will be getting rewards from different buckets, and so we need to consolidate that into one list, and then do a final sanity check. And Bowen is going to be doing the one-off edge cases. So things like addresses that are, a multi-sig, handling all those various edge cases to make sure that we have the right address getting rewarded. So it's been a huge effort, a huge team collaboration effort, and this next sprint cycle, I think I've said this before, but this next sprint cycle, we're going to get this over the finish line and have it ready to go. That's all for airdrop updates.
Thank you for the latest and greatest on airdrops, Willie. Appreciate that, and all the hard work that you and Bowen and Danny and Hannah and Griff have done on that. Thank you so much. Just checking in to see if there's any other updates. Yeah, as far as givebacks, also myself and I almost said Forrest and Ashley. I'm Forrest. Me and Ashley have been moving the project verification stuff along. We're gonna do a round of email outreach tomorrow on Monday, beginning of the week, to invite the next 5 projects to apply to get verified. So yeah, we're starting our second round of verification, and we'll have an invite for project verification party coming soon. Stay tuned. Also, we're looking to hire 1 or 2 Solidity developers. Our role description is complete and has been reviewed and approved. So we're going to work on blasting that out early this week and hopefully get some more amazing epic folks at Giveth. Yeah, I think that's all for the Give token. Anyone else have any questions or updates they want to share before we move on? Okay, word. So that brings us to application updates, issues, requests. Giveth Trace, would you like to share the latest and greatest?
Okay. I have to give updates about the trace or issues and requests. Let me share my screen for you guys. This is the current.
Yeah, it's just meant to be like an overview of the highlights of maybe the last week, whatever you'd like to share.
This is our burn down chart. We just a little far away for the ideal situation, but we're near if we ignore the bug. You know, we have just solved at least about 50 points out of 90 story points this sprint so far. We just have 1 day left. And out of 20 out of this 40 sprint story points are bugs that are still in our sprint. As you see, we solved we closed and we done lots of issues during this sprint. And unfortunately, we have lots of issues came in the middle of the sprint backlog. Most of them was bugs. I think we just doubled our effort in the planned effort and the imposed issues during this sprint. As you see, our issues has been raised, and we can just afford 2/3 of the issues till now. This is the product kind or Scrum Master kind of report for technical issues and updates. I will refer to Amin.
Yeah, we continue improving our UI and these implemented forms in new style, and also we are working on supporting we implemented we don't allow payments less than $300 because of gas price, because US pay the gas for payments. Now we have limited the payments less than $300. We cannot propose a milestone with the capacity less than that. We cannot mark a milestone complete or withdraw any money less than that value. Also, currently we are working on in a complete report on how much gas Giveth, only Giveth, not yourself, has paid for getting money from Giveth Trace. Whenever you get the money, 2 transactions should be created on mainnet. The gas currently is paid by US. You can pay yourself the second one, but mostly are paid by US. And we are creating a full report of how many gas is paid and the value at the moment that the gas is paid for any campaign, any milestone, and any recipient. Yeah, that's a big update. We are fixing bugs still, and yeah, just that I make it sure. Thank you.
And Amin was busy for interviewing lots of people during the sprint, and also mentoring.
We are searching for a front-end developer here. Still, we have one, but we should find another one. I'm finished, Forrest. You hear me? You're mute, maybe.
Well, maybe James or Mateo or Kai, you guys, who wants to give the updates on Giveth.io?
Yeah, I can give out the update on Giveth. This week was pretty much fixing bugs essentially. I'm going to make a quick summary on all of them. There is already the new UI on the login pop-up showing the very specific options for you to log in besides MetaMask. There's some discussion in that regarding the UX, but we will be fixing it this week or making it better because it's working fine. The smart contract revision on the wallet address used for the project on creation is now live, is working. The gas fee notification on the donation flow is also better. We added some icons. The rich text functionality for updates is up. You can also check on that. I'll be working to get that for the project description as well this week, more likely. Yeah, I think that's it. You can check it out on live already. Yeah, give your feedback, and we will be begin another sprint, I guess, this week or finalizing this at least. So yeah, I think I didn't skip anything. I don't know if James or Kai want to say something.
That sounds good to me.
I don't have anything to add. You were a bit hard to understand. That's also why. But I think it was not the fastest week for us. Hope. Yeah. One thing. Yeah. No, that's cool. See you in the dev channel. Give an operations update. There is not really much. But I want James to know, if in case you missed it, like I manually edited the database to put a donation in there. That happened, and it worked, man. I was very satisfied that you are a genius and that like manual edits to the database, even for donations, work. I just wanted to tell you so we all know, and we have an eye on, like whatever, if something breaks, that might be the cause. Yeah. I think I do want to do some Discord overhaul, but I didn't do it yet. I promised that for last week. Concerns mostly the new projects. Should be a channel to talk again, and we have a different notification channel. That's it.
Okay, we have 3 minutes left. Any final? It seems like Forrest might be having some audio hiccups.
We can try singing a chorus.
Do we need to sing happy birthday to anybody? All right. Well, I think we can go ahead and close this call. Don't we jump over for a meme party today? Is that what still happens for the meme kings and queens? Huh? It literally just popped up an alert for me right now as we said that. Amazing. Thanks, you guys, for being awesome. We'll see you in the Discord chat. Mark, did you see the comments that Griff popped in there in the chat for you about crypto care? Sounds like there's some devs working on. There's
Thanks
some
for saying
tech out there that maybe there's a way to collaborate with. I'd be happy to chat with you in the Discord if you wanted to follow up and see if maybe there's a way to bridge Giveth into that using your art and things. We'll see what happens.
Cool. Now I'm looking for where the chat window is.
Yeah, there's 3 buttons on the bottom left. Use the one that looks like a little thought bubble.
Got it. Awesome. Thank you.
Mhm.
Glad you
You
said
bet.
something.
Okay, it's a beautiful week. We'll see you guys soon.
Thanks, everybody. See ya.
Bye.
Cheers.